Today I'm going to be ranking every single Premier League manager's season in terms of how they've done their league position and my thoughts on that. To do that, I'm not just going to give them a rating, I'm going to rank them, and I'm going to be using a tier list. So here is the tier list then. So I've got all of the Premier League managers sacked, not sacked. So here are the tiers. So first we've got gone, where I've already put all of the managers that have been sacked throughout the season or have left on mutual consent at the end of the season. So we've got Slaven Bilic, who left from West Bromwich Albion, Frank Lampard, who left from Chelsea, of course, Chris Wilder from Sheffield United, Mourinho from Spurs, Hodgson from Crystal Palace, who left on mutual consent at the end of the season, Nuno Espirito Santo, and Sam Allardyce, who said in a press conference after his game with West Ham United, "I'm going." He said, "I'm off." So they are in the gone category. There's a should be sacked now, so I think this club needs to look for a new manager if they will succeed in their club and their ability in the league. Next category, he's good, but he's good, but is he good? Kind of in the middle, he's a good manager, but not quite doing it at this club. Double decent, had a really, really good season, and then manager of the year. Only a few names will go in here. And obviously we know David Moyes will go in there, but we'll get onto him in a minute. We're going to start then with Paul Heckingbottom. Obviously he had a very, very hard job, obviously finishing 20th after the poor season that they've had. Now, I don't know whether they should keep him going down into the Championship, so I'm between these two. Should they keep him? I don't think. I'm going to put into the should be sacked now section. Perhaps they need to get in a new manager to reinforce, to try and boost them back up again. I'm not sure he's the experienced man for the job. We'll just have to wait and see. But if I was Sheffield United, I'd try and get someone else in with a bit more experience, someone a bit more well known for the fans, to try and bring them straight back up into the Premier League. Next, over to Arsenal with Mikel Arteta, finished 8th, no European football. Now I've looked at this, worst season in 20 years, and I've put them in the same category. I think they do need to look. I mean, I'm between this one. He is a good manager, but it's not worked at. It has definitely not worked at Arsenal. So between these two categories, I think we should be sacked now is pretty harsh, but he's been. I mean, it's their worst season, so I'm gonna have to put him down in there. I feel. There's a lot of deadwood that's coming out now. Whether he's going to stay there, a lot of Arsenal fans are going Arteta out. Whether they do need someone new to freshen things up with a new idea. Some fans call him Pandemic Pep because he used to work under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. I don't know. It's a difficult one. I'm in between these two. I could easily put them into that one, but I am going to put in the should be sacked now section. Next one, if we are heading over to Leeds, where they finished 9th with Marcelo Bielsa. Now, I'm in between the top two tiers here, double decent and manager of the year nominee. I'm going to put him in the manager of the year nominee. Fantastic. He's got them up from the Championship into the Premier League, which they haven't done for a long, long time. And then to get them into a top half position in the table at the end of the season, exceptional from Marcelo Bielsa. So he goes in the manager of the year nominee. I think he's a very attacking manager. He's someone different, who looks at it, who looks at football and looks at the game in a different way, which I like. And we love watching. We love watching Leeds. They're such an attacking, bright side. So he's going to go in the manager of the year nominee for me. Jurgen Klopp, league position 3rd. Now I'm going to put him in the double decent section for this one for me. I mean, let's be honest, they've recovered well to get into that 3rd position. I mean, 1 or 2 months ago they were sat in like 9th position. It's been a good rebuild, and he's had to think out the box to even get 2 centre backs together at times this season. We've gone to the 8th and 9th centre back pairing, which has been really, really hard. I do understand how they've got to Champions League football. I did not know. But it's Liverpool talking about. So he's going in the double decent section, and a fantastic job to get them in the Champions League football. Now this might come as a surprise to you, but I'm going to put Pep Guardiola into the double decent section as well. League position, of course, first, but the way I'm going to look at this, yes, he probably should go in the manager of the year nominee, but I'm very strict on my views on this. I think look at the squad he's got. He's got the best squad in world football at the moment. He could easily, their 3rd string, 4th string side could compete in the Premier League. I mean, he's bringing on at the end of the season Nathan Ake, fantastic player with lots of potential, 40 million quid that player was, and just bringing him on for a bit of rotation towards the end of the season where they know they've won the Premier League. It's ridiculous. It just shows when you plug money into a side and they spend it really well. Not like Manchester United going and spending 80-90 million pounds on probably a 30 or 40 million pound player. I'm looking at Harry Maguire here. But they spent it really wisely. I mean, they spent 50 million pounds on a fantastic backup, left back, right back. Amazing the squad they've got there. So that's the reason why I put them in the double decent section, because I think even me and you watching this now could probably manage that side, and they do pretty well, that's for sure. Next manager, Brendan Rodgers, league position 5th for the second season running. They've dropped out of the Champions League spot on the last day of the season. Disappointing. I like Leicester. I really do. If they would have got in the Champions League, it would have been a Manager of the Year nominee. But I'm going to put him in a double decent section, in my opinion. What he's done there, he hasn't got Champions League. He hasn't got Champions League and Europa League quality players in some parts of the squad, but they've got such a team spirit and they work together, such a fantastic team. And most of that's got to go down to Brendan Rodgers, so he goes in a double decent section. Speaking of the double decent section, here we go again. Thomas Tuchel is going to go in there as well. He's really. I mean, when Frank Lampard left, I think they were in 9th position at the time, something like that. He's got them back up there into a Champions League spot to end the season. I think they went on, a game of was it nine games with only losing one, and that was an off day against West Bromwich Albion. But yeah, he's really got a good vibe going on there, and I don't know. He's just got the squad, he's got the players, and he's got a really good system going on there. So he's going to go in the double decent section. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's next, and I mean, I'm recording this and this will go out, I think, before the Europa League final. So it's probably best for me to do this after. But if they win that, he'd probably be going up here probably. But I'm going to put him in a double decent section because he's got a fantastic squad there. Perhaps they need to win a trophy. It's going to be really crucial with whether they can get that Europa League title, because that would top off a really good season, getting a trophy. For them beating Villarreal tomorrow night, I do believe the cup final is. But yeah, he's got them into second position quite easily. They were never going to catch Manchester City. I don't think any team was going to catch them, even on their season, if they had an amazing season like West Ham United have. But yeah, no one was catching them at all. And it's scary to see that, if I cast your minds back to November, December, Man City, they weren't up there. They weren't winning. They weren't, first, second, third, fourth. They weren't there. But anyway, we'll move on to Aston Villa then with Dean Smith. I think they've had a really good season. They've dropped off at the end, so he's going to go in the. I'm going to put him into this section here. He's good, but is he good? I would have probably, if he would have got a top half finish, I probably would have put him in the double decent section with the squad he's got. He's got some really fantastic players there. And when Jack Grealish comes out of that side, which we've seen in the last few weeks of the season, their wheels almost come off in a way. And I think I've just finished the Premier League roundup show with Jake and Josh, and I think Josh will back me up on that as well. Once Jack Grealish comes out of that side, they lose that dimension. They lose I don't know if it's like the heart of the team or the brain of the team. I don't know. But they need, maybe they need just in certain areas a bit more depth and a bit more quality in the side. But who knows? It could be a season for them next season. They could catapult back up. See, this is a difficult one. Sean Dyche, league position 17th. Now I look at this and I say he's got next to nothing money to spend, and he keeps them up every season. And I thought, crikey, they finished 17th, but I mean, they were well clear of relegation. I mean, Fulham got relegated on 28, and they had 39, so there was an 11-point gap. So it was a long way away from relegation. They were, but I mean, you can't look past the league position, though, can you? I don't think. It's difficult because I don't know what Dan from the Cricket Field NTV would say. It's in between these. Is Sean Dyche the man? Is Sean Dyche the man to continue them forward to go to new heights? I'm gonna say yes and go he's good, but is he good? Because I'm convinced if they spend some money, if he's given some money, he will make that squad better, and I believe that they can go on, to be a consistent top half of the table side. So yeah, just a bit of money is needed to pump into Burnley, and I can see them doing really, really well. Graham Potter's next in 16th position in terms of Brighton and Hove Albion. I think he's the man to take them forward. I mean, they've got. So I'm going to put him in there. He's good, but is he good section? Brighton. He's come in this season. I mean, they haven't had an amazing squad there, but he's got the bunch of players. They're hard to beat, and we found it hard when we played them. It took a Saeed Benrahma wonder goal to get a point there a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to put him in the he's good, but is he good section, because I believe, again, if there's a bit of money pumped into certain positions there, they can catapult up a few places, and everything can be good in terms of Brighton. Scott Parker, Fulham is next, 18th position. Obviously got relegated down to the Championship for them. Yeah, not fantastic. No fantastic. I believe he's the man. He's the man to take them back up, straight back up. If they stick with him, if they don't lose some of their crucial players, I do, if they don't lose Pereira, I do believe that if Scott Parker's still there, he would take them back up to the Premier League. I believe it. Just a bit, unlucky this season. The wheels fell off towards the end of the season, which is a bit unfortunate for them. But that's football for you. That is football. So now the next one, and this one, when I saw these tiers, I thought there's only one section this man can go in, and he's this one. Carlo Ancelotti finished 10th in the end with Everton. Good. But is he good? Now, this is Carlo Ancelotti. This is Carlo Ancelotti's slot, and it couldn't be made. The words couldn't make it any more clearer, in my opinion, in terms of Carlo Ancelotti's season. I thought, they brought in a fantastic manager there. They brought in some fantastic players with Alan, James Rodriguez, and they've already got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison. They've got some fantastic players there. But I don't know, inconsistency, I think Everton fans would say, is what they've had this season. Some substitutions that Carlo Ancelotti has made just been a bit strange. Sometimes he's lost his head, I think some fans will say, and just been a little bit strange at times. But when they're on form, they're really, really hard to beat, and they're a really good side. Once they get a goal, they're really hard to get back into the game against. And I like them, and I thought Ancelotti is going to be a fantastic manager, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm going to put him in that he's good, but is he good section. Next is Ryan Mason, league position 7th, obviously Jose Mourinho, who you can see here, you see the cursor there, was sacked at the midway through the season, or he left. I'm not quite sure of what it was, but Ryan Mason has come in, and he's got them into the Conference League, which is as much as they get him, but he's still going in the should be sacked now section. If Spurs go into next season with this man as their manager, not a chance. That shows me that Daniel Levy, for me, has got no ambition for Spurs whatsoever. They've got to get an experienced head in. He's like a paperboy. Joe Seeley said it a few weeks ago. They've got the paperboy in charge of their team, and Harry Kane's on his way out. I can only see if they stay with this manager, Harry Kane goes, the only way is down for Spurs. They need a really good, experienced, good head manager to come in now to try and rebuild them after Harry Kane departs in the summer, if he does, which I'm pretty sure he will. So he's got to go in the should be sacked section if Spurs have got any ambition. Ralph Hasenhüttl. Now, I was surprised. They finished 15th. They were, at the start of the season, they were loving life. They were up towards the top of the table. Europe was on the cards. They dropped like a stone down to 15th position. I don't know. I'm not convinced Ralph Hasenhüttl is the man for Southampton to take them forward, to get them up in there, the Europe positions towards the end of the season, not just a cameo at the start of the season. So I think it's a bit harsh, but I'm going to say they need a new manager. Should be sacked now. Southampton fans might agree, disagree. I don't know, but I feel he's not the man to take them forward, and they need some. I mean, they haven't got a fantastic squad there. They do all right with it. I think Danny Ings, if they lose him in the summer, I think, as I said with Spurs, the only way is down if they lose their crucial strikers. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one. I've just realised I've only got one manager in the Manager of the Year nominee, haven't I? But that will change for the last one. I've left him for last for a reason. Steve Bruce is next. I can't believe this. They got up into 12th position. Still doesn't change my mind though. Should be sacked now. As I said, pretty much the same with Southampton. If they've got any ambition, they should get a fresh, young manager in my opinion. I just think Steve Bruce is Steve Bruce. It was kind of a let's hope we can, not get relegated. Let's hope he can keep him up. And he's done that. Yes, they're in 12th position, but that's mainly down to Joe Willock, who's going to be going back to Arsenal, I do believe. I don't know whether they'll get that permanent deal, which would be crucial for them. If they lose, their players, if they lose Anderson, Maximan, the only way is down for them. Again, I've said it for 3 clubs in a row, but I'm convinced with it. So I'm going to put them in the should be sacked section. Should be sacked now, because I think they need some fresh brains in there, because I just think Steve Bruce is a bit of a, I think it was a bit of a last gasp, or who can we get and who's going to keep us up? Yeah, we'll go with Steve Bruce. But the last one is David Moyes. I've been harsh with these. I really think I've been harsh, because there's only 2 people. I imagined it. I imagined it at the start. Most people will probably put some of them double decent names into the Manager of the Year nominee. I don't know. If I look back at this video in a month's time, I might change my mind. But this is me off the cuff now. The Premier League season finished a couple of days ago. But David Moyes, from, as I said on my season recap, from relegation to European football, I'm not going to say any more. Absolutely fantastic for the man. You can say that he's. I feel if we would have got Champions League football, let me put it this way: we would have got Champions League football if he would have gone for it a bit more in the games, if he wouldn't have backed out a little bit. The Brighton at home game, individual errors against Newcastle, and these players like these games like this. If we would have just held out, been a bit more professional, we would have got Champions League football. But let me put the banner on him. League position 6. Cannot say any more about him. Absolutely fantastic. There it is. I have ranked even every single Premier League manager this season on their league position and their form, and what I think should happen with them going forward. If you've enjoyed the video, smack a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here. I hope you've enjoyed the video. There'll be a team of the season later on, so check out for that. And I'm going to go. Come on, you irons, and good.